feels really different.
Yeah, I found that like I was chilly yesterday with a little bit of a breeze, and I looked down and the thermometer said 76. And I was like, well, that's not a sign that I'm chilly.
Yeah, 76 in the middle of July isn't cold.
Yeah, I've acclimated to it somehow. And all right, today a little interval weight training style workout. So brief bit of trivia on this one. These have existed since like the 70s. There was a one of the few strength coaches there was in the 1970s built this style of workout, and it got popularized in early CrossFit and different types of training like that. But basically you do, 3 rounds of a movement, 10, 12 reps, and then you do an aerobic modality for roughly 2 minutes, take 2 minutes rest, repeat, and then you change the movements, do it again. And then the third thing is usually like a little short thing that's not in that same format. So we will have fun with that today. Thrusters and running. The second one is deadlifts, fairly light, we'll talk about it, and jump rope. However, those are used, Ronnie, good example. Rowing works awesome for one of them.
Okay.
I would try, so for everyone, I would, you can pick a different cardio modality if you have access to a bike or whatever too, but I would avoid, unless you really don't have any other option, doing the same one on A and B. So if you row on one, then do jump rope on the other, or run on the other, etc.
Okay.
If at all possible. If not, then we'll do the same one. But 6 rounds of a row or whatever, or run would be a bit much. So, okay, let's warm up. Joint circles. We'll start shoulder blades today. Some nice big shoulder blades. We'll do hands by the side here to start. And then we'll go palms up. And we'll go out, so not here, but maybe a little wider. So just mixing up angles and patterns. Back the other way. And we'll go for a side band with a reach. So I need to reorient my camera a bit here. I like to get that full reach where the bicep comes across and touches the ear here. Kind of completes the arm portion of that. And we'll go neck. Well, you guys get a couple neck circles. We'll adjust. Still haven't found my razor, as you can see. And get our classic arm circle here. Over side. Hip circles. On this one, try to think about keeping the chest pointed straight forward. So on these, it's easy to get a little rotation in. So you can make them big like I'm doing here, or you can keep them kind of smaller. Both are good. I like to feel out whatever ends up being tight, which is usually nice. A little low back region there, and then we'll do our hip car. Let's add in the piece today of kind of bringing it into that almost cradle position as we come inside, then up, out, rotate around, heel to butt, and then we'll take and reach across. Feel a bit of a stretch here, heel to butt, the usual circuit around, circuit around, coming across in that cradle. We'll do a second. So cradle, rotate, out, around, heel to butt for a moment, reach like that curtsy lunge, top the toes just lightly. And across. And then of course, same thing on the other side. So cross, up, out, heel the butt, reach across, heel the butt again. Okay, so from there, then let's go ahead and do our little kind of classic squat series. We'll squat down and hold that bottom position for a moment. We'll just take maybe 10, 15 seconds to kind of ease into the position. And then we'll do the plant and reach for 3 per side. My spine is a little sore from the, I think the Tuesday morning class. Then we'll narrow up and squat to kneeling. Big toe stretch. Drop the heels as much as possible. And slowly up from there. Okay. Part A, so 10 thrusters, run 400 meters or about 2 minutes. So you can do it in 1 minute out and back at roughly 80% pace, and then a 2-minute rest. So thrusters, how do we want to do those? Any implements that you have work. If you have a barbell, that's the preferred method. If you have dumbbells, that is awesome too. Or double kettlebells, that works great. I would say implement in either hand. Anybody that only has the option of 1 dumbbell, this would best be done 5 and 5 for 10 total. Don't do 10 and 10 if you have 1 weight to use. So you hit your thrusters at a weight that is somewhat manageable. Barbell weights, you know, if I would say in RX, probably guys as high as 95 would be the highest we'd go, and ladies 65. Doesn't have to be quite that heavy. You want to know that you can get through 10 without breaking. So they should be a fairly fluid, full range of motion set that you don't need to break up. Now, thankfully, you're going to have at least 4 minutes break between sets of thrusters. So it's not like, and it's not paired with, you know, anything else that's going to tax your upper body really. So they probably can be relatively heavy. Yeah, you just want that full depth, explode, drive it up, walk it out overhead for a moment, nice and fluid. Okay, so go ahead and warm up your thruster. And once you have your thruster weight set and warmed up, then we will also do a few light deadlifts with it to warm up for part B. Just because there isn't we do take extra rest between each of the groupings, but only a couple extra minutes. So we want to kind of have that pre-warmed up. We won't worry about the stuff in part C though, because we can get that easily enough in the break between B and C.
So you said if we have 1 dumbbell, 5 and 5 for the full set.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Even though you have a barbell, like you couldn't do a thruster in the
Yeah.
Didn't think of that. Yeah.
Ceiling limit.
Yeah.
But I can do the deadlift with my barbell.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you want to kind of warm up there, I guess we could talk a little bit about the deadlift weight too. whatever you choose, again, similar to the thruster, it should be something that you can 10 rep fairly confidently for the 3 sets. But again, of course, you're going to have 4 minutes rest before you rest from that movement before you get back to it. So somewhere between probably 60 to 70% of a max might not be a bad number on this one. That's typically kind of the range. 70 would be the highest percentage you'd use on a workout like this. So if you have those plates out in handy, because you won't really want to spend a lot of energy after you get the first 3 rounds in. Now for you guys, I will attempt to sort of time the rests. I think everyone will be roughly about the same spot on this. Certainly close enough. A few seconds here and there isn't really going to matter on this one. It's not a scored workout. Those following along later, though, might want to keep your own work and rest times, unless you can fit it right into what we're doing. Probably the only real other logistical piece you might want to think about ahead of time for part C is it does have a box in it. So if you have a box that you're going to use, you might have that just kind of in the ready. Burpee box jumps overs in there and kettlebell jump squats. But other than that, we don't really have any, doesn't really require any equipment. Okay, if you guys are set and ready, if anybody's got a rower or something instead, I'll get that set up. This first one is designed to be done with the run. So if you are going to do run as one of your options, then this first one would be the one to do that. So you guys look ready? Ready as ever be? Okay, so it's going to be 10 thrusters into a 400 meter or 2-minute run, and then we'll rest 2 minutes when you get back, which I'll attempt to keep that time. So, all right, we're ready. 3, 2, 1, begin. 10 thrusters. Breathing through them. I typically take 2 breaths, one kind of at the bottom, one at the top. Awesome. And into that 2-minute run. And we'll do a 2-minute row also. So I'm not really worried about the distance on this one. All right, 2-minute rest. Breathing, heart rate, everything under control there. So these should be, they should have definitely a level of challenge, but they also shouldn't be too deadly either. I'll let you know we're right on the rest. We're about 1:10 left. It's 30 seconds I have. Okay, 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, go. 10 thrusters, round 2. All right, about there, 2 minutes. Boom. 2-minute rest. Excellent, excellent. 2-minute rest and then one more round. How are those feeling so far? Excellent. About 45 seconds for the last round of A. Twenty seconds. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. 10 thrusters for the last go. Nicely done. All right, we got our rest break. It's not even 7 a.m. yet. Your brush, shoes on, all those things. All those need to be done first. Okay, your bar set for the deadlift. Those of you that are choosing to do jump rope for this, you have lots of options. 2 minutes is a while to jump rope. It's going to be 6 minutes of jumping rope. We're going to get some good calf burn, but we have been doing a lot of pogos and bouncing and things, so it should be a little more resistant to it. To keep it interesting, I would suggest playing around with mixing the patterns or even switching between a heavy rope and a normal rope if you have both options. If you only have one or the other, of course, that's what you get to use. Patterns you might try besides your classic single skip would be the singles with the slaloms, the shuffle split with the singles. You could do, like the high knees. Those that have skills could play with crossovers or even throw a few double unders here and there, but I would do more than just a few here and there because that would kick the intensity beyond what the idea is here pretty quickly. There's other jump rope patterns. If you can jump rope and reverse turn decently, another option. If your calves get to just frying on that in the later rounds, one option you could do is if you've done a number in the front that are super frying, you could practice with backwards ones, especially if you're not that good at them yet, because what you'll probably do is just get a few and then you'll trip and reset, but your energy, you'll still be expending a lot of energy. So that's a way you can kind of work around that mega burn, if you will. But like I said, if some of you may be rowing and running, that's totally a great option here. Or you can bike for 2 minutes, all those things if you have that option. So we will start in about 30 seconds. So 10 deadlifts. These are relatively light. So again, you should be able to breathe through them. Think of them more as a conditioning exercise than a strength exercise. It shouldn't be heavy enough weight. It makes you really lock down and hold your breath.
3 rounds for this one too?
Yep, it's basically exactly the same. We just changed the 2 movements. All right, here we go. Set, 3, 2, 1, 10 deadlifts. Okay, 2-minute rope. Okay, and I'll run the timer there if you can hear. Okay, 2 minutes. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, shake those legs out. How'd that feel?
That was the longest 2 minutes ever.
It's like Jared feels the same way. Oh. Makes you appreciate that a traditional boxing warm-up is 3 3-minute rounds of jumping rope with, I think, a very short rest, only maybe a minute at the most.
Yeah, and aren't they doing like speed rope?
A speed rope, they're typically going to be doing a lot of bounce, single leg, footwork, singles, all this kind of stuff. Maybe back and forth, maybe some doubles.
I felt like we had to be getting close to done, and as it turns out, I was probably at about 45 seconds.
The 2 minutes is gnarly, yeah. I would rather run, bike, row, ski, Versa climb, maybe even sled push. Oh, well, that was the first round. So we got about 50 seconds. You can see where picking a skill that you're not so good at could be helpful toward the later end of that to kind of, spare the calves a bit.
Yeah. Well, it was actually kind of fun because at one point I just kept tripping over my feet. So I thought I'd try something different. So I did backwards and I was doing some like 1 foot kick jumps and my heart
Yeah.
rate was still going.
Yeah. Once you're into it, you could practice something you're tripping on a bunch. And just like with double unders, once you get to that trip zone, it doesn't matter whether you're doing them or not. You're working really hard. Okay. Head back to the barbell. 10 seconds. Oh, I can't believe I did not mention on this one for folks later on. I'll talk. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Dumbbells for deadlifts or kettlebells, whatever you've got. Ooh, second round. I'm terrible at backwards jump rope. I guess that's probably what I should work on. Okay, we got about 1 minute in, 1 to go. Thirty seconds. Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay, 2-minute rest, and we got the final round of this one. That was a got a good sweat going by now. Yeah. Okay. We got about 30 seconds to the final round of the B. And then when we're done, Jared, you might leave your barbell assembled. I'll talk about an option for C that for low ceiling might be a better option, but I'll give you some choices on how this might work. Okay, just about ready. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 10 minutes. Awesome. All right, last 2-minute go with the rope. Here we go. One minute in exactly. Thirty seconds. Three, two, one, rest. Ooh, yeehaw. Okay. So the last round of these always change flavor a little bit. This one is going to be 5 rounds, basically for time, go, steadily, of course. 4 movements. So the first one is the burpee box jump over. Assuming you have a box that you can get to both sides of, you need clearance on both sides for this to work. So this isn't an ideal box, but will work for demo purposes. So basically you're just going to do a standard burpee and over here on this side of the box. Then you got to walk up to the box. Now you have a choice. You can jump onto the box, or you can also do a step up. So either way, once you get onto the box, then you step off of the other side, and now I'm going to do a burpee. So that's 1 rep, right? And I would do a burpee over here. Hopefully not smashing my face on the box. And then I would either jump or step over. Now, the cool thing is on these, generally it's not required to stand all the way up. So normally a box jump, right? We want to land, and then I have to come all the way to a stand to complete the rep. These, if you can stay low, So if I was gonna step over this, I could stay in kind of a squat and not come all the way up. That's actually okay on these. We're not doing box clears. For those of you that are thinking ahead and think that it might be fun to do this, we're not jumping over the box. You actually have to get on top of the box. Options though, Jared, I was thinking in your case, you can maybe do the bar facing burpee over the barbell. So kind of like they do in CrossFit contests, you know, you turn, in your case, you probably have to turn the barbell sideways, but instead of jumping over, you would jump over it, but it's just a 2-foot jump over the barbell. Does that make sense, right? Burpee facing crosswise to the bar, jump over the barbell, turn around. So that's another option for folks, or people following along later that don't have a barbell or a box. Find anything that you can just jump over. All right, so that's 5 of those. They'll end up on the opposite side you started. 5 kettlebell or dumbbell jump squats. You've done these quite a bit lately, and that's just where you got your weight. These you can kind of go a little more successive, you know, you don't have to fully land them. They're not for max power. Then 5 push-ups, just standard push-ups. You could choose to do them on handles or dumbbells for a little extra range. If 5 push-ups is a piece of cake for you, you may try clap push-ups then in that case. And then the last one is the 5% shoot-throughs. These are just that one where I'm going to come down, shoot the leg through, out the other side. A little bit of hip twist action. Good news is you get to stay down and just go back and forth 5 times like what I just did there. Okay, so it's all good. Each round will go fairly quickly. Good news, 5 burpee walk jumpers, 5 kettlebell jump squats, 5 push-ups, 5 precise shoot-throughs. We are just about ready to start here. If you're got all your stuff ready and ready to go. 5 rounds. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. So remember to think about breathing efficiently through all these movements. Of course, with the push-ups, as long as you're in a place where you have clearance, you could just bust right into the shoot-throughs immediately after finishing the push-up. And yes, this portion does have a lot of shoulder support since 3 of the 4 are kind of push-up variants in some manner. One in the bank. Round 2. Thanks, Ronnie. Good work. 2 in the tank. 3 to go. Tomorrow we get some strength and range work. Nice, Jared. Great depth on those. This one's a grind. Light at the end of the tunnel, though. Seven minutes into this piece. Awesome. Solid work, Ronnie. Nail this last round. How'd that one feel overall, Jared?
Pretty brutal. At 155 heart rate. Whew.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. A high aerobic, low anaerobic area, maybe. Yeah, Ronnie. All right, roughly 10 minutes. Oh, she's down. Haven't seen that for a while. Ooh.
And I was only jumping over an imaginary box.
It's hard when the last exercise is low to not just give in and fall down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know you're already there. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. It's closer to the floor than standing.
Yeah. Yeah, these always definitely bring the pain. This was essentially CrossFit before, like 2 decades before CrossFit existed. You know, interval weight training workouts.
Yeah, I didn't read through the workout that closely. So I don't think I was imagining that the last set was actually going to be the hardest set.
Yeah, I know. It looks easy. Only 5s. There's no running. It's nothing heavy with a barbell. It doesn't say thruster in there.
Yes.
Well, for a cool down on this one, either just some relaxed breathing or another, always good one is that kind of outdoor walk. Get the breathing kind of slow down and lengthen out. So that's something you could potentially do also to wrap up. So whether it's a walk or just breathing on the ground, we'll call that a wrap and recover. And like I said, we'll lift and stretch a little tomorrow.
Cool. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, Jared.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Have a good Thursday. See ya.
Yeah.